Hello, everyone. Welcome to Beyond the Ball. I am Collie. Sorry, lads, got distracted there. I cut you off as you were in the middle of a conversation, so apologies for that. This week I'm joined by Big Paddy. Paddy, what's happening?
Hey.
Hi. and we have the return of Conor, who's been missing ever since Liverpool went on the slumpiest of all slumps. Conor, what's happening?
All right, what's the story?
Are you all right? That's what we just want to make sure. Are you okay?
Same points in the last two games as United, so Paddy's smiling, I'm smiling.
Not in the same position though, motherfucker.
So you wait
quick. Hit the big net.
Right, lads, we're going to be talking about the results from the weekend or the week on, Liverpool and Chelsea, with unbelievable game of the season, I'd say. Then we're going to be talking about Arsenal and Man United. Paddy?
Yeah.
Paddy? We've been commenting already from Hermes
Great.
Lucky, who I know is Graham Masters. Yeah, Paddy, let's talk.
Yeah, great game.
Right, lads, first of all, jumping into is the Liverpool and Chelsea. But before we do, we're going to bring up this little graphic.
You don't have to tell us you're bringing up the graphic just before you bring up the graphic.
I have to. What I'm actually doing there is I'm actually biding time.
Like, do you tell your partner just before you start doing it now, I'm about to enter you?
That's what he says to Collie.
Right, lads. First game. Conor, come to you first. Liverpool and Chelsea. What did you make of it?
I described this at the weekend as like an amateur football game that you go see in your local park, whether it be Time and Bond or something. The quality is shy, but the game's actually a little bit entertaining. You know nothing good is going to happen, but you're more waiting for a mistake to happen. Yeah. And that's how I saw the game. I actually thought it was an entertaining game because there were so many mistakes on both sides. Nobody wanted to keep the ball. So they're the two. It's the worst performance from each team I've seen in probably about 15 years.
But the finals were in last year together.
They were
0-0 board.
They were boring 0-0, but they were like tactically fought. I would say they were like we're not going to give up an inch.
Maybe it's a bit harsh on boring 0-0s because last year they weren't actually boring 0-0s. They were actually quite exciting matches, so it wasn't too bad. Paddy, what did you think of Liverpool and Chelsea being a neutral, being a United scum?
The one bright spark in it was, I think, Chelsea's new signing looked very good.
Mudryk, he's class.
Gone straight into me fantasy football. He looks like he's the real deal. He looks like he's going to do damage in the Premier League. But I only got to see the first half because I fell asleep then and missed the second half. But yeah, the first half was fairly
Did you fall asleep because of the first half, or did you fall asleep because you were just tired?
No, because of the first half. Yeah, I was actually wide awake before it. It was fucking that bad. It was absolutely shocking. The parties are shit, like mid-table fucking shy teams.
It's fucking
Liverpool or Chelsea. I swear to God, like I really was. Is that scumbags?
You need to stop that now. It's disgusting. Looked up for it. Conor, did you think a 0-0 was a fair result, or who did you think played better?
Probably. I think probably towards the end, Chelsea had more of the clear-cut chances, but I think Liverpool had the most of the ball in the second half, especially. I think it would have been a snatch and grab if either team had went on and won it. So, yeah, I don't think either one deserved really to score. No one dominated. I think 0-0 was probably fair, and it was only going to be a 0-0, I think, because it was just, as I said, it was just so bad. There wasn't going to be a spark of magic, I don't think.
I still would have preferred Chelsea to win, though.
Who wouldn't? And like anybody that supports United, definitely was going to prefer Chelsea to win that one. But I said it on the podcast last week. I said it was either going to be 2-0 to Liverpool, but if Chelsea defended well, it'd be 0-0. Because I knew Chelsea, no matter what happened, we're not going to score, and I was fucking spot on about them not scoring. Conor, we have to ask, and we regularly bring it up to you about Klopp. Is there a massive struggle that's going on with Klopp with this team? Is he severely lacking in the midfield? Is that his only problem, or is he starting to lose the fight and the hunger that the players used to have? Is he maybe not able to motivate them as much as he used to?
I mean, I'm sure you're not going to clip that part anyway because it shows me being right. But if you clip me from like pre-season, I said there was bodies that needed to be brought in to compete, and there wasn't. We said midfield. We said somebody that was going to initiate the press like Mane did. I don't think we've got that yet. And then we're back to where we were probably 3 years ago when Van Dijk got injured and we had no one really to replace. I don't think Joe Gomez is a good enough centre half replacement, to be honest. I prefer to see Joe Gomez playing right full and somebody else being in there as a replacement centre half. But they're just seem to be lacking in depth and lacking in somebody to drag the game by the scruff of the neck in midfield. I heard recently they never really replaced him. He wasn't much of one, but he was more of like a pacemaker, like Gini Wijnaldum. Yeah. Someone with his intensity in midfield that just seemed to keep things ticking over. Never really replaced that. We've said it the whole way through.
Do you think the midfield is your only issue? Because to me it doesn't seem like it's the only issue at the moment. You aren't really scoring as many goals. I don't know whether Mane is the massive cause of that, but there's nowhere. What?
Quick update, sorry. Did you read the stories going around now that the Earth's core has stopped spinning? That's how boring the match was.
So we're all going to die?
No, I don't think so. I think it'll just go the other way then.
Oh, right, fair enough. That usually happens, I think.
Was he sitting on that for the last 10 minutes and then just came out?
No, it's just like you start gabbing on and I was like, all right, I'll start flicking through Facebook now. We'll be talking for about 20 minutes.
We're not talking about United.
Yeah, we're not talking about United and Paddy just fades off into the distance and doesn't hear anything until someone says United and you just see his ears pricking up. But Conor, do you think the midfield is obviously a massive issue, but do you think that's the only problem? I don't feel as threatened when Liverpool are going forward now, and I kind of feel less threatened when I'm attacking against them as well in terms of defensively. It seems to be an all-round thing. And look, we've seen Alisson obviously making the few mistakes over the kind of last 2 weeks or so. What do you actually need? If I was to say to you, right, you can sign 3 players, anyone you want, who's going to change that team, who's going to bring them on to the next level, who are you getting? Maybe say realistic, right? Let's say realistic.
Not like Pele,
yeah. Pele's not going to sign it.
There's more chance of Pele signing than there is of fucking some other ones.
He's probably afford Pele now. He can't afford anyone else, for fuck's sake.
I would like someone like Jude Bellingham. I don't know how realistic it is. Probably on the cusp of realism. But someone an engine midfield who will go back and forth. And I called for during the summer. I want an out-and-out number 9, a fella who stands in the middle of the box and puts the ball in the net.
Who?
So that's.
Do you not have anyone in mind?
Depends how they get. I'd love to see Harry Kane there.
Yeah.
Stands in the middle of the box, puts the ball in the net. He has, ideally in an ideal world where Luis Diaz is back fit or Jota is back fit and Mo Salah, and he just stands in the middle of the box and puts the ball in the net.
He doesn't really do that anymore, though, Harry Kane. He likes to come a lot deep and keep deeper and get the ball.
He's not getting service.
Yeah.
He's not getting service. He has Son playing up front alongside with him, and he has to drop in almost.
Yeah.
Conor, sorry, as a Liverpool supporter, I was a bit confused the other week. Klopp was giving out to one of the reporters because they asked him about why aren't you signing players, and he pretty much implied that was because they didn't have money. But when you go out and sign Andy Carroll for 90 million, 100 million, and then you say you've no money, is there no money in the club, or what's the story? I didn't understand the whole. They spend 100 million in the summer and then they say they've no money. It doesn't really make sense.
He was only 60 million. There's other addition and add-ons that is going to bring it up to 85 million over the next 6 years or something.
Say. Okay.
So they bring in him for 60. They bring in Gakpo for 30, 32 or whatever it was. They did offload Neco Williams for 22 million. They offloaded Divock Origi for 10 million. So it's almost like they nearly balanced the books.
Big Cock Origi.
Big Cock Origi. R.I.P. Big
Cock.
What's
Cock talking about? Like he's saying we have no money.
So there's no. It seems to be that unless they offload, they can't bring in. And John Henry was back in Boston last week, and he was hammered by the Red Sox fans because he's not spending money with the Red Sox either. So it just seems to be he's getting it from all angles at the moment. So the last thing they're going to do is going to go out and keep spending. To be honest,
yeah. What was it Piers Morgan said? Sure, we got your man Woghorst. He sounds like a Polish sausage or something, or a German sausage.
That is like a German sausage as well.
Woghorst.
So are Liverpool selling the club, or what's going on? Like, is it actually being sold, or is this all just fucking speculation?
It sounds like if he wants to keep his one true love, which was the Boston Red Sox, he has to sell the club because there's a mutiny against him in Boston currently. So he either packs up and he moves out of baseball, because let's be honest, there's probably not as much money in that compared to the Premier League or like whatever you can get out of the Prem, or he stays at what he knows, like probably inside out, because he's been involved in the MLB for 30 plus years, and he sells with Liverpool. So I don't know. I thought there was rumours of Qatari boys trying to buy it, but
Heard that.
Seems to have disappeared again. So
like a band,
who knows? What?
The Qatari boys,
boys. like the Beastie Boys.
The Arabs, and they've a load of money. Conor, I have to ask you, I know that you don't like talking about the thoughts of it, but Klopp going in the future, who becomes Liverpool's next manager?
We ask Conor the same set of questions every time he's on.
I know, it's great. It's great. Who's your next manager after Klopp? Or who do you want even?
Stevie.
It'll be a while down the line, so I don't know. I wouldn't have Gerrard in now,
no way.
But, it's going to be a while down the line, so who knows? I said I want to see him see out his contract, which is
Chelsea's last manager. I'd take him.
2027.
27, yeah.
Who was Chelsea's last manager? Oh, Tuchel.
Yeah. How dare you?
For a minute, and I was like,
how dare you? Who's Chelsea's last manager? That's disgusting behavior. All right then. So yeah, I suppose overall this game was a bit of a snooze fest. It was the worst quality exciting game I've ever watched in my life, because it's the only way I can describe it. It was shocking on both sides, but it was all that I couldn't not watch it. So
you were terrified something was going to happen.
Oh yeah,
at all times, no matter where the ball was in the pitch. They were out of the corner. I was afraid they were going to get hit in the break.
And I don't know if you've seen the video I posted on YouTube, lads. And I'm going to just say it here now while we're talking about Chelsea. I'm going to start supporting Potter. It's at this stage, I don't think Chelsea are going to sack him, so I don't have a choice. I'm going to have to. It got to the stage where I'm not enjoying football anymore if I just be the other way, and I don't want to be that guy. I'll piss and moan about it every single week, but I wasn't even celebrating goals. Usually the neighbours fucking tell me to shut up when Chelsea score. Now, just doing nothing.
Chelsea hasn't scored since you moved into that house, Connie. Don't be lying.
We won the Champions League final in this house, I'll have you know. All right? So you shut your fucking mouth. I
don't understand why you're supporting him now. Why?
The only reason I have to.
Is it one of these stupid things you do where you hope you say one thing and then it goes the opposite way?
No.
This is like, hang on, he's the same fella who will lump money on Liverpool because it's a win-win then if they don't win.
Yeah, I'm happy to throw €20 on Liverpool to win when they're losing, because if they don't win, I still win. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's a win-win for me. If Liverpool win, I win a load of money. If they don't win, I get bragging rights, so I don't give a fuck. So either way, I'm happy to part with that €20 for shits and giggles. So that's the way I say it. But Paddy, I am supporting them because I have to. As a Chelsea fan, I have no other choice but to follow and support my team. And unfortunately, I don't like the manager that's in charge, but that's the hand I'm dealt with.
Of course,
there's been many of other managers that I haven't liked that have been there, but I think the reason this one hit me so hard is because I didn't like Thomas Tuchel being sacked after just winning the Champions League. I didn't like that. I thought it was disrespectful to him. But I don't like the way they keep saying this long-term plan with a manager that's unproven. Why not do it with Thomas Tuchel, who was a proven manager, and give him the 10-year project or whatever? Like, do you know what I mean? That's where I was coming from, and that's why I think I had such a big issue. All I can do now is, and I'm being serious, I'm gonna just try start enjoying watching Chelsea again. We're getting a shitload of new players.
It's not easy.
It's not gonna be easy.
Can't wait to talk to this for next week. Fuck Paul.
Well, I'm gonna have to try that.
I'm not playing at the weekend, Paddy. We're all right for another 2 weeks.
I'm gonna have to try because it's ruining football for me. So I have to try. I have to try enjoy football again. When Chelsea score, I'm gonna run around the house as I usually do. And look, I've a load of new shiny toys to look at. Like, Mudryk looks fucking deadly. A lot of other nobodies that I don't know that are after coming in. So maybe one of them might be good. If you throw enough shit at a wall, some of it's going to stick. Like,
not if they all play in the same position, Collie. They all play left wing.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, you can't put 16 wingers on the fucking pitch at the same time, can you? Right, lads, we're going to move off it. Conor, virtual handshake there on Liverpool and Chelsea. Paddy. Here we go. Conor, last week, right, was the smuggest I've ever seen Paddy, right? And
no, you didn't allow me to be. You ruined it for me.
I ruined it for him, right? I took him down the peg because I wasn't fucking having it. He came on, right? And I could see the big smuggy smile on his face. And I said, you know what? This is not going ahead. The podcast is getting cancelled. That's my thought. So, Paddy, let's discuss this. We came on last week. We gave our score prediction for Palace and United. Yeah. I called 1-1 for Palace and United. Correct. Right. But we did both call 2-1 for Manchester United to win. Talk to me first. Talk to me first. Yeah. Okay. Talk to me first. No, don't try to change the subject now that United lost. All of a sudden, when we talk about United, they're trying to change it. Talk to me about the Crystal Palace result. Paddy, we talk.
He's back on the vodka as well. He's back on the vodka.
He's back on the drink. He's back on the drink. But Paddy, I said to you, this is going to be a harder game to win than probably the Man City game because you're going to be on such a high. Your players, after working so hard, they're going to be drained, they're going to be exhausted, and then it's going to be really hard if you're tired to re-motivate yourself for this type of game. That's exactly what happened. Talk to me about this game.
It was one of those games where we have been picking up points previously in turn where we got points, but I mean winning them because, you would have thought even when you're playing bad, you still win the game, but we were caught in the very last minute with a free kick. Look, it can happen in football. There's nothing really to say. We were controlling the game well. It didn't come from open play. But they scored from the free kick and that's it. There's not a lot more to say on that game. Casemiro getting the yellow card.
Yeah, we have to talk about that.
Big loss. It was a big loss.
Like, is that just utter stupidity there?
I think he just thought you had to make. I think he was fearing. Sometimes when these professional fouls where you think they're going to be through on goal.
Yeah,
and that's what it was really.
Fair enough.
He's done.
You're fucking weak when he's not on.
Oh, brilliant. I love that one. Right, Paddy. So the 1-1. Conor, what did you think of that 1-1 for United? Actually, I'm gonna put the Conor, right, and you can give me your honest opinion on this. I put it to Paddy, and he wasn't having a bar of it. Ten Hag, right? Is he becoming too power hungry at United? Is he trying too much?
This is TikTok, Collie. This is not TikTok.
I want Conor's opinion on this, right? Because although I do this on TikTok to trigger people, I always have a valid point and I always have a something to back it up. We seen the way he treated Ronaldo, right? Which was horseshit, and we all know it. He came in and he dropped Maguire, which I respected the shit out of.
You're actually turning into Piers Morgan. You're actually
the order is incorrect.
Piers Morgan.
The order is incorrect there. Sorry, he dropped Maguire first, which I respected. Then he fucked over Ronaldo big time.
I'll do the short version of this, will you? Come on,
fucked over Ronaldo big time, right? And then
do you think he's getting power hungry? Simple, just that's it. The question, like fucking.
And then he starts putting these wage caps on the club, saying that you're not allowed to earn a certain amount because I don't want big characters getting out of line and stuff like that. Does that not say then, like, I have a limit? I can only do so much, and then everyone keeps going, oh, but you can get it on bonuses. That's horseshit. Do you not think he's becoming a bit too power hungry there, Conor?
Now, what I do think will happen is the wage cap will come back and bite him in the arse because it's happened at Arsenal. Arsenal went whatever it was, 12 years without winning anything during a wage cap. So that's the reason why Robin Van Persie left, players like that left to other title contenders, whatever you want to call them, other top 6 teams, because there was a cap on wages. So that won't work. I think it's easy to say he's not because it's all going well. If things start falling apart, we'll see what happens. But as of right now, you can't say he is.
It is falling apart. and this is why I'm saying it. He's gonna start losing the dressing room, and these results are going down. And I said it after the City game. I said, "This is the point where Ten Hag starts losing this dressing room. He's gonna get people doing stupid
for
things."
Anybody that's listening to the podcast, Collie comes up with the titles of the podcasts. He thinks of all these questions before we come on. We don't really get a chance to ask questions.
I don't even think it
that's
is.
why it's all bullshit.
This is all on the spot, Paddy. I don't think I do zero research into this podcast.
You've been talking about this on TikTok for 3 weeks. I haven't thought about
this particular one, yes.
Yeah, but you didn't do any research, Paddy, for those 3 weeks either.
No, exactly.
Yeah, you know that. There's no research.
I've just been responding to comments, hateful comments on TikTok for the last 3 weeks. Sorry for commenting there. David Maguire, Ronaldo thought he was bigger than the club. As for wage caps, Fergie done the same, and look how good we were. What would you say to that one, Connor?
I mean, I would say that
Connor
for the club, Fergie did well. There wasn't
he said
a massive gap in wages.
Yeah.
I don't think wages were as popular as the same way. Like agent fees probably were only coming into the height of it then.
Yeah.
And he had a squad there. It's not like he went out and he spent big on players. He had a squad there, kind of a core squad that he built around. So it's easier than trying to redevelop a squad that United will probably have to deal at some stage again. They are going to have to make big investments in different parts of the pitch. And are you going to bring those big players in on under? No, the wage cap is like 600 grand a week.
Yeah. It's something stupid.
Whatever.
Yeah.
But
I think it's 250.
Arsenal's was capped at 130 and it was moved to 150. And that's the reason why Van Persie left, because he went to United and got 210. So if it's something that actually kind of straddles the line of what players want to earn, well, then you're going to struggle.
Yeah. And that's why I was kind of not in fear, but I think the bollocks. But like you say you have like someone that comes in and like just say for instance Anthony, right? And he's turned into this fucking next Ronaldo, and then all of a sudden he wants to earn more money, but he's capped at that. And everyone, inflation, lads, we're gone up 11% in the last year or something like that. So all these players, all of a sudden, the average player is getting 150
as well. Jesus, it sounds as if it's the cap for fucking ever.
No, price of a pint of Guinness is going up by 40 cents next month. How is Anthony going to be drinking his pint of Guinness?
Exactly. How many pints of Guinness is he going to be getting? It's mediocre, fucking 150 grand a week. It's bullshit, Paddy. Right, Paddy. I'll give you a bit of a break on Ten Hag, but I do think, and I did say results after the City game we're going to start dropping, and I've been proven right so far. He's have 0 points. Sorry, you have 1 point from 2 games. That's all I'm going to say. Paddy, the Arsenal game.
Collie, hang on. In case you're wondering, if Anthony's on 150 grand a week, he can buy 27,272 points of Guinness. So we're saying that's around 550.
You know what I mean? Like that's not going to satisfy one man. It's not going to satisfy one man.
What does he do for the rest of the week?
So, Paddy, come on, talk to us about this Arsenal game.
It was bittersweet because just before the game, he missed going out for a walk, and I said, "What score do you think it is?" She said 2-0, and I said, "All right, I'll stick a bet on for 2-0." And I went on the Sky Bet, and I seen, the boosts.
Yeah.
And it was Rashford and Saka both to have a shot on goal. It was like 3-1, so I said I'll stick a tenner on that. Or it was 4-1. It was, I stick a tenner on that. And then there was another one, Saka and Ronaldo both to score at 12-1, and I stuck.
Hold on. Whoa. Ronaldo's not even playing for United anymore.
Rashford and Saka.
I was going to say 12-1 wasn't great. I'd be looking for at least 3,000 to 1.
At least 3 million to 1.
But again, then Rashford scored, and when Saka scored, it was really like shit. Yeah, because I won a few quid. Yeah, you could see the golfing class in the second half. And yeah, I can't even say, I know I said on TikTok it was unfair to the game during the week. And yeah, there would have been a bit of tiredness creeping in, but it was poor game management towards the end. A little bit of naivety by the players. But again, I think somebody called it out during the week, 6 months under Ten Hag against 3 years under Arteta. So look, we were always going to get bad results like this. I'll take on the chin and move on. Simple as that. Miss Casemiro. Looking at that, McTominay in the middle again. It was like the Wish version of Casemiro. It was just so bad. It really was. And then when Fred came on, it was McFred again. I was like, oh no, it's like always time all over again. But people giving out then as well afterwards saying, oh, you've got, like Roy Keane was saying, you've got Shaw at left back still, you've got Wan-Bissaka out there, you've got McTominay in the middle. Like, they spent 300 million in the summer. Like, you can't change everything in one transfer window. You know, so
you should be able to get fairly.
What?
No,
I'm sticking up for the club. I'm saying they're saying, like, as if the whole team should have been changed straight away. It's a process. So all these pundits that are saying, like, you know, oh, you've still got these players here and all. Yeah, but that's because they changed another 5 or 6 players in the summer. Now they'll do another few next summer. So, like, you can't be fucking expecting them to do everything.
Yous are done for January. You don't think anyone's coming in on January?
I don't think so, because of the sale of the club. No.
Did you see who you were linked with? Griezmann. What's your thoughts on that one?
No, they had discussions, but United, that's always in the fucking thing. The United had discussions with everybody.
Would you take him?
Would I take him?
Yeah.
Yes, I fucking would.
31.
Over the Austrian sausage.
Yeah, 31 and had a very good World Cup. I wouldn't be surprised if that one went through, Paddy, as a loan. I wouldn't be surprised.
But that's from Atletico again, isn't it?
Atletico, yeah. But
Atletico already they're buying him.
Isn't he under some sort of contract where he only plays 70 minutes?
Or something like that. Yeah.
No, they bought them out. They bought them out of that in December.
Oh, did he? Oh, right.
Yeah,
okay.
Atletico bought him out of that contract with Barca or that loan.
Could they lose another player though, Atletico Madrid? Because why did they let go of Felix and then they're letting go of Griezmann
Felix
as well?
didn't get on with Simeone.
Yeah,
and Simeone's leaving. Simeone's leaving at the end of the season. So, welcome to Chelsea, Simeone.
You're going back far.
Well, look.
I wanted to get sacked.
Short memory. David Maguire, only Chelsea and City get away with financial fair play. Do you know what, David, right?
Yeah, David, you're dead right.
We found a loophole.
And your brother is actually all right in defence. I think he's not bad at all.
Yeah, Harry. We found a loophole and everyone is snapping that we found it because Todd Bowley is an absolute business legend. We've spaced out all these transfers over.
You're one of the best managers in the world and got in fucking Harry Potter.
Lads, look, I'm very contradicting for myself here, right? Like, just take away a pinch of salt. We found a loophole that we can now do these stupid transfers, like 100 million for a fucking 20-year-old for no reason, but space it out over 8 years and we get away with the financial fair play. Apparently, because of Chelsea now, the rules are being reviewed and they're going to try tighten up on that loophole that we're after getting into.
So Chelsea are getting players on hired purchase.
What?
Chelsea are getting players on hired purchase over, like, they pay by the month over 8 years.
Yeah, pretty much. And I think I do that in Football Manager, where I want to buy someone, I spend fucking 400 million, and I'm like, fucking do it over 4 years, and then me budget for the next fucking 6 years is zero. But like, I'm like, fuck, I got him now though.
That's the same move that Juventus did, and they're getting reduced to 15 points for. They're getting done for spacing out payments over a number of years. So that was
if you get 15 points, obviously are relegated.
Now the problem is they were penalised by the Italian government, who then pushed it on to Serie A, who then pushed it on to Juve. So it would take, like, Her Majesty's revenue to come through to enforce it back to the FA to enforce. His Majesty's resident, yeah, whatever. To enforce the Premiership, but that's the exact thing that Juventus got done for over the payment for your man Vlahovic and somebody else. I can't think of who else it was.
Players are going to be charged as well now because they were purposely saying that their wages were less than they were.
Oh,
Italians full of the mafia and all. It's fucking dead.
The Italians are corrupt. The Italians are always corrupt.
They're great. Like,
I love it.
We just said that they did the same thing that Chelsea did, and you're like, corrupt.
Yeah, no. But look, I'm not saying that Chelsea aren't corrupt. You know, I never said that. Never once did I say that, and I never will say that. But
what was I saying? The thing, you know, what's the new player's name?
Who? Mudryk.
Yeah, so the team that sold him to you are after giving 20 million to the Ukrainian part of the war. And what was it? Somebody said at least Chelsea are supporting both sides of the war.
Yeah, that's a good one. I don't like that, but it's a good one. Yeah, it's a good one. Right, Paddy, anything else you want to add on to this match?
No.
Any standout performances?
Rashford again just seems to be going from strength to strength. Sign him, get him on a new contract, but I never lost faith in him.
250 no more.
Huh?
No more than 250 grand though.
Martinez, fucking machine is. But yeah, just the wing backs, we need to get new wing backs in the summer. Or even we need to get the low back, because Wan-Bissaka, he hasn't done too bad. But that game there just really showed him up against Arsenal. It really did.
What about the quality of goals in the match?
I know, yeah. It was a great game of football. It really, really was. Yeah. But Arsenal were definitely in the second half, like leagues ahead of us in the second half. They just controlled the game, so like we were under the cosh so much.
Lads, like we talk about this game, but we have to talk about Arsenal obviously, because we're at the stage where everyone's expecting. Well, I don't know if you are, but I'm fully expecting Arsenal to blow this league. I don't know if you are or not. We're only halfway through the season, and like I think I was saying it last week, Paddy, that at this stage, you probably would be getting a little bit excited because you'd have gone through that busy Christmas period and you'd have gotten so many more games in at this time. But we're still only 18 games through. It's still literally half the season, so they have to play everybody again.
Well, if you look at Jesus is out, if Nketiah gets an injury now, who do they have as a forward? Like they don't have it.
What? Yeah, Trossard now, I suppose.
Trossard play through the centre like he did with Brighton.
He's a bit of a 10, but like he could probably do a job there. Like
he's not that good looking.
He's a 10, like a 10 out of 10. He actually looked pretty good when he came on. He only came on for about 5 or 10 minutes there the night, but I think he's actually going to be a great signing for Arsenal. A steal for what, 25 million? Absolute steal. Conor, do you rate Arteta as a manager? Do you think Arsenal, he's going to bring Arsenal to the league, or how do you feel about it?
I mean, you can't not rate him. I fucking can't stand him as a person. And as a player, I didn't like him. As a manager, I didn't like him. As a coach at City, I didn't like him.
Right here.
He's great looking as well, in fairness.
He is great looking. That's why I think I'm a little bit jealous.
But yeah, I think I heard it before. They're probably arriving where they wanted to be a season or 2 seasons ahead of schedule. I'm sure they weren't planning for a title push this year. I'm sure it was top 4 was the priority. So even if they fall out of where they are at the moment and they still pick up top 4, I think it's job done. But it's hard to look past them at the moment, especially with City not dominating the same way they had before. It's not like City aren't dropping points and they're on their heel. City are dropping points against teams they never used to. So it's in Arsenal's hands to lose, really, isn't it? I know we still have so many games left, but
go into your head, City and Arsenal, who's winning? Actually, sorry, do you think United are involved in it?
No.
Okay. City and Arsenal, who's winning?
City.
Paddy, go into your head, City or Arsenal? United.
I think City have so much experience, and I think City have had their slump, whereas I don't think Arsenal have, and Arsenal will hit a slump.
Yeah, definitely.
There's no doubt about it. And it's how they react to that slump is how the season will be defined. But I just think City have done it so many times, they might just pip them.
Yeah, we were saying last week that this is due for them. It is definitely gonna happen. But how quick can they recover from it? How many games will it roll on for? If it rolls on for 4 games, they're fucked, because Man City will catch them at that stage. So I don't expect Man City to drop many points. The last time I said that, City lost the next game. So I'm not fucking saying it. Right, lads, there's nothing else. There was no controversy in this game, was there?
Not really, no. They did, for some reason, they didn't show the offside for the last goal, but I didn't even read the reason. There was some story as to why they didn't, but I couldn't give a shite anyway. We lost, and that was it.
Yeah, apparently there was a foot that was supposed to be of offside, but I don't know. Right, lads, we're going to move off that. I think what we're going to jump on to now is the fantasy football.
Collie, I didn't even know there was a graphic coming up there. Why didn't you tell me?
Just wanted to surprise you, buddy. Just add an element of surprise to everybody, I was prepared for that one. Right, lads, we're going to have a look at the fantasy football teams, give an update on the league. This is my team. We'll start with me first. I got 68 points. The average was 65. In goal, I had Ward. Like, sometimes, right, I say to myself, do you know what? I'd love to be a football manager. But then I make stupid last-minute decisions like this. I'm putting fucking Kepa on the bench when he got 9 points. Last second, I'm not joking, about 5 minutes before deadline, I was in work and I was like, you know what? Gonna fucking change that. I think Arsenal or Liverpool are gonna beat us. Idiot. So Ward and goal got me 1 point. Then I've Ben White who got me 0 points. Trippier got me 8. Shaw got me 0. Saliba got me 1. Almiron got me 3. He's been slacking lately. I might get him out. Rashford with 7. Salah with 3, slacking as well. Odegaard with 5. Harry Kane with 6. And the big one was Haaland with a hat-trick again. With as captain and 34 points for him. I had Pereira on the bench. Had fucking Kepa in goal on the bench with 9 points. A Dallo on the bench who isn't back yet. And I have your man Edward off Crystal Palace, so 0 points for him. We'll move on to this one here. Connor, we'll have a look at your team. Talk us through.
I'm 63. That's all right, man. Yeah, Nick Pope, 12 clean sheets, I think, so far this season, most in the league. So it's hard to overlook Newcastle back line. Pope, Share, obviously the same. For some reason, I still have Conor Cody in there, Everton pissing goals. Saliba
and managers.
With the 1. Pissing managers as well, yeah. Pissing right through managers. I still have Trossard in there for when he was at Brighton, so obviously he came on and fucked everything up. De Bruyne with the assist. Up front, I have Kane for captain for 6, Allen for 17, and Watkins with a goal as well for 8. And on the bench, I had Cancelo, but I took him out. I had Kurt Zouma, who got 11 points. Who completely forgot they were playing Everton. So he's obviously going to get a clean sheet as well. So yeah, could have been different.
Do you know what was funny, Connor?
I made some changes this week. I actually went in during the week. I've made some changes.
Just 0 there. Oh, for next week.
For next week, yeah, not for this week. Yeah.
Rookie mistake because we still have games in between them. So, well, I'll allow it. At least you're
updated.
Still have
games.
We're gonna have to do the FA Cup, so they're gonna have to get through all the cup games to see if they get injured first.
Yeah, well, I put loads of Chelsea players in, and Chelsea are out of the cup. So.
Oh yeah, forget about it then. Well, 1, they don't need to play cup games, but 2, they're shit. And I hope you put Mudrick in because he's fucking class. Yeah. The funny thing about Connor was, I think I was joking because our mate Boris is top of our other league, and I think I said this week was fucking Boris top of the league, putting fucking Kurt Zouma captain every week. If you had done it this week, you would have got fucking double points, 11 points from him. So that would have been good. Right, on to Paddy's team. Paddy, talk me through it and how great you are.
You see, you said earlier on you wish you were a football manager. I am a football manager for an under-8s team.
I can't wait for Football Manager the game to come out, by the way. Definitely.
But yeah, Ederson again, 6 points. Trippier, Shar, you can't beat the Newcastle defenders doing the job. Saibi, fucking shite bag. Son, 5 points. Almiron, Odegaard 5, Rashford 7. Again, Rashford brilliant. Haaland, Kane, and
you brought your fucking sausage up top.
Still got 83. Okay,
I can't believe you brought him in.
Paddy was sitting there looking last person going.
Don't worry, lads. He's gone already.
He's score. Yeah,
he's gone already. Don't worry.
Sorry, Dave. A Football Manager 23 is out on Xbox. I'm not a fan of it for Xbox. I couldn't grasp the controls on it for Xbox. Don't know why.
What do you play it on?
Laptop. PC.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it's much better. I think it's much better. I can't get the controls. What's that?
I said on that heap of shit laptop you have.
I was going to say, I can't even keep a fucking virtual meeting going. Never mind. Football Manager.
The finest of laptops. Lads, we're going to look at the... we get a new one now that I have a lot of money. We're going to have a look at the league table. Oh! O'Shane has returned to the top. There's an absolute...
Joint top.
Oh! There's an absolute slobber knocker going on with O'Shane Kane and Collie Lamb. They're trading blows back and forward every week. So, top of the table, O'Shane Kane 1-3-3-5-5 with 80 points this week. Collie Lamb is second. He had 71. But he has 1,355 as well. So we have a draw at the top. Dean Fletcher, 77 points, 1,323. In fourth is Anto O'Rourke with 83 points this week, 1,321. Callum Warfield is in fifth, 1,314. Alan Donovan from Malloy's. Well, that's where I know from. Is in sixth with 1,305 and 96 points this week. That was a good week. Lee Dillon in seventh with 1,303. Sonny McGreevy 1,297 and 8. Paul Cummins in ninth with 1,294. And Darren Stone, who I work with, is up to 10th with 1,282. Lads, that's that. Oh, do we check who's last? Did we check who's last?
You probably should.
You know, it's
not me.
Oh, Conor. Nathan Dooley with 800 points. You're letting your family down. Embarrassing it is. Sorry. Right, lads, we're jumping off that, and we're going to jump on to the predictions. Lads, it's cup weekend or cup week and cup whatever. No one gives a bollocks. Paddy, tomorrow you've got your semi-final. Probably the easiest semi-final. Yeah, lowercase f, because no one gives a fuck. How do you see this one, obvious?
Forest against Man United.
I
see us getting through over the two games. And I see it, it depends on what type of team he plays, because we've got the FA Cup the weekend as well. I think you might give a couple of players a rest.
I think he'll play big players tomorrow and rest on the weekend.
But the weekend is the FA Cup. Yeah,
I think he'll rest them for that, because you're in the semi-final of this one. Makes more sense to play the big players today.
I suppose they get a good result away. All right, 2-0.
Rest them. 2-0 United.
Yeah.
Rashford, okay. Conor, what do you think?
Yeah, they're going to go all, especially the four teams that are left, isn't it?
Yeah.
Big challenge against Newcastle, maybe in the final, but you've got fancier chances of winning that with those four teams left into it. So he's going to pack the team. He's going to try to get it done in the first leg. I'm going to say 3-0 United and back Rashford to score. Lads,
I think the same. They're gonna play their big players. No bother. I think they're gonna put everybody out. They're not gonna hold back on anyone. Everyone's gonna play, and they're only gonna get a 1-1 draw because Ten Hag is ruining that team. He's a power hungry freak, and I swear to God, he's gonna shoot himself in the foot one day by saying the wrong thing, and he's gonna piss everyone off. So 1-1. And I'm gonna say Rashford to score because I can't.
You're like a little chihuahua, those little
chihuahua.
Keep fucking yapping, and you just kind of go, oh yeah, whatever, just fucking away.
Paddy, we'll stay on United considering you fucking love them so much. You're playing Reading at home. How do you see that one go?
Yeah, I think we'll do all right there. I think I'm gonna go for 3-0 United. And Austrian sausage to get a goal.
The Austrian sausage, fair enough.
Austrian sausage.
Conor, what do you think?
2-0 United. And what's your man who plays on the wing? Garincha? What's his name?
Garnacho.
That's the one. The Nacho they get a goal.
Nachos. I think they'll probably rest a few players here. And for that reason, they're going to lose 2-1. Reading are going to beat them 2-1. You heard it here first. And I don't know any Reading players, so I'm going to have to say another United player to score. And let's say Alanga to score. Right.
Is that why you went with 2-1? Is it just a goal scorer?
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Lads, on Friday night, we have some tasty, sexy football that we can probably dip our balls into. Man City and Arsenal. Lads, I don't know what really their thought is on this one. Like, are Arsenal going to be resting players? I think Arsenal are probably going to say, do you know what, fuck these cups. They've too much to concentrate on with the league. They're going to have Europa League coming up as well. So these cups for them are probably just a nuisance, to be honest with you. And I'd say City's squad depth is just better than Arsenal's. So I think City will still beat them. And I think it'll be like 2-0 to City. Conor?
I would agree, but I don't think this is a game just purely on the fixture that Arsenal can go out on a straw away. I think it just gives City the mindset over them for the rest of the season that they can get one over them. So I can see Arsenal playing a strong squad here, or a strong team, I should say. Just because City, they get through the next round, they haven't done Waterloo they'll weaken it, but just because it's City, because of the fight they're going to be in for the rest of the season. And for that, I'm going to say a draw. I'm going to say 2-2. And I'm going to back. I think ML Smith Rowe will come in and play, and I'm going to back him to score.
All right. Paddy, what do you think?
I think City will do them in the Etihad. I'm going to go for, and because I think they'll put down a marker here for the league as well. Yeah. They want to really show them who's boss. I'm going to go for 3-1 to City and Haaland score.
Okay. Right, lads, on to the next one and the last one of the evening. Conor, Brighton and Liverpool, they have returned. Can you get redemption?
Not away from home.
yeah, I suppose, yeah. How do you see this one going for you? This is probably your fucking best chance of a trophy.
I'm more impressed with Liverpool's cup squad than I am with their league squad at the moment. It just seems like people are fighting for places. Playing with Bayelich in midfield and Harvey Elliott in midfield. A few younger boys playing. I'm a big fan of your man, Ben Dowak, the Scottish fella on the wing. I'm sure he'll get a run out. They're still going to concede first because that's usually what happens. Classic. So I'm going to say 1-1, and I'm going to back Darwin Núñez to score.
Okay, Paddy, how do you see this one going for Liverpool?
Yeah, I see Brighton doing this again. They what was it, 3-0 the last game?
3-1.
3-1, I thought. Yeah, 3-1, I thought.
Cut some fucking slack, Paddy, will you?
3-0. No. It actually was 3-0.
I knew it.
Should have been 3-1 though. That loads of
yeah.
I'm gonna go with 2-1 to Brighton.
Yeah, score.
I think Liverpool will score first because I can't think of a Brighton player off the top of my head.
Well,
so I'll go for Salah.
Ferguson.
Yeah, Ferguson off the Irish fella. He's class. He's scored in the last 3 or 4 games or something like that.
I can't sign him from the Lions team, so I don't really care.
In the last 4 games he's played, he has 3 goals and 1 assist.
3 goals and assist, yeah. Looks great. Now, what will happen with that is Stephen Kenny will call him up to the team. I think we already talked about this that he gave him a cap. But Stephen Kenny will now try to take credit that he's after bringing this player up through the system. Oh, the bollocks. I actually think Brighton are going to beat us here, Conor, and I think it's going to be 2-0. And I think Solly Marsh is going to score. And I think Klopp is just going to ever further hate Liverpool. That's not sense. Can we edit that out?
Live?
Live. Oh, we're live. Yeah, I don't think it's going to go well for Liverpool. I think it's going to be 2-0 to Brighton, and I think Solly March is going to score. That's all I have to say.
You said it with a tone of voice that makes it sound like a shock that Brighton didn't beat them 3-0 like a week and a half ago. So I don't know what you're.
It was a slight shock then, it's not going to be a shock this time. Lads, the only other thing that I want to end the podcast on is we lost a good man today. Frank Lampard was sacked from Everton. So I just want to send my condolences to the Lampard family, to all the Everton fans, to whoever owns Everton.
Did you reach out to see if you can get him on to me to tell his side of the story?
He's busy, Other commitments.
Busy blocking Collie on Instagram.
No, that's John Terry. Why won't you unblock me, John Terry? Sorry, that was very loud. Yeah, I'm gonna clip that and put it up and hope he sees it. Lads, we're gonna wrap it up there. It's been emotional. Conor, it's good having you back so we can give you a bit of stick about Liverpool. Because you're in the same boat as I am. So it's nice to it's nice for you to be on one side. You're on one side and I'm on the other.
We're both in the boat together, rowing in opposite directions.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what's happening. You were trying to go forward, I was trying to go back, and I just going around in circles. Oh, deadly. Right, Connor, nice of being on.
Nice one, boys.
Paddy, it's been emotional. What have you got
Thanks
to
very
say?
much, and thanks to Herms and David for all your participation.
Yeah. Right, lads, we'll be back next week, Tuesday, possibly at 8 o'clock. Connor's going to sleep again because Liverpool are coming up. Be back. Wait, hold on a second. If you're not subscribed to us on YouTube, fucking subscribe to us. And if you're listening to us on Spotify, I don't know what you can do there, but fucking well done, thanks. And also the same with Apple. Rate us 5 stars. Do all them type of things. Lads, it's been emotional. We'll be back next Tuesday at 8 o'clock. YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. See you then.